So, you want to make AI videos just like this, but you don't have any knowledge in ComfyUI? Then listen up to this video. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed that intro. It took more work than you think. Alright, I'm going to start with a quick disclaimer. This video is technically a part 2. If you are interested in knowing how to install ComfyUI, how to install different libraries to speed it up, and how to really get it to work well on a slow laptop, I'm going to link part 1 down in the description. You just check it out, and yeah, once you've done that, you can come back to this video. Kind of part 2 is because there have been so many updates to WAN 2.1. The new VACE, there is FunControl, Fun Camera Control, different things to basically input a control net or images or videos into the workflow, into the model to make more concise creations, right? I'm going to try to go through a lot of those things when I'm showing my own workflow, but I'm not going to be able to go through everything. So right below the video part 1, I'm going to put some more information about these updates. I have tried to make this workflow as organized as possible. It comes with a lot of spaghetti, but I've seen people like hide the connections between everything, and I feel like you can never change anything if you do that. And I would like you guys to be able to change a few things, maybe adjust it to your computer if you have a little more VRAM, and change things up and understand them. So this is also why I made the video, right? So we start right here. Here we can load our GGUF files. I'm going to have in the workflow again the VACE and all this stuff to download. It's all going to be on CivicAI. So make sure you look out for that. Now the clip, the VAE, and this is where you put your LoRa's. Pretty self-explanatory. Now this is the input image workflow. For VACE, you will see you can put in masks, images, and videos. It's sort of like ControlNet and an IP adapter, things that you might know from other models. So here, I simply have a video of a woman dancing. This is from a free stock website, I think FreePic or something like this. You can find those type of videos online everywhere. This is an image I personally made in Flux before. Now, this will input it into WanVaceToVideo. So, clip, text encode, positive and negative prompt, pretty self-explanatory. If you're doing AI models, you should already know about this stuff. Here we come to something a little more complicated. Torch compiling. When you torch compile, it's a sort of library that does things for you that it doesn't need to do every single time again from scratch. It will make things faster. You might not be able to have Torch. This could be because of your GPU. This could be because of the stuff you've installed. In part 1, I go a little bit deeper on this stuff. But if it doesn't work for you, you can just like this, not run it. Teacache. Teacache it improves the frame smoothness while maintaining consistency with the original video motion. Doing too much of it can really hurt the look of the video, but the way I've set it right now, it starts only at 0.6%, like 60% of the video gets loaded normally and then it starts. I have pretty good results with this. I wouldn't change it. The coefficients are important because they are dependent on which model you're using. Because of my laptop, I can only really use 1.3b. I can use 14b, but it takes about 11 to 12 hours to even run. So I stick with 1.3b. These are the coefficients. Again, if you change it to something like this, you should just, like if you change the model, you should just change this too. Apply rifle X-rope to WAN video. This adds, again, frame generation in between frames you've made with the AI. I wouldn't set it too high because, again, quality really loses out here. But the way it's set, it's fine. Yeah, patch, stage attention. It's, again, one of those libraries. I, for example, have Triton installed. That's fastest for me. If you don't have Triton installed, don't use it. You can just do this. It's fine. If you do and are interested in doing that, look at part 1 and try to install it. It is quite difficult. Next, items for certain frames, which will speed up the generation. This can cause some artifacts, but the way it's set right now, it works well. You should understand all this in this kind of group is supposed to make it faster and simpler and use less VRAM. This is all those kind of enhancements. Now, the second group up here, this more enhances the video than makes it faster. So, WAN Video Enhanced Native. This is a small kind of extra model that does sharpening, contrast improvement, denoising that you can add onto WAN. Thank you, Kijai, for your notes, because this is just, without it, you can do any of this stuff. CFG0 star. This is quite new. I had to find it and check it out as well. It basically controls how strongly the model adheres to your prompt. This is usually done with CFG, but in WAN's case, there's also sampling and CFG. Now, it simply, for some layers, starts at 0 and steps it up. So it adheres more to your prompt the further it goes, which just causes some improvements. You can always click on these question marks right here and go to their GitHub page, because it will really help you understand each of these tools. Now, we get to the model sampling and the shift specifically. So now we go to the model sampling SD3 up here. This introduces shift. Now, it's about guiding the model outputs with prompt or conditioning. Controls how much your AI output is guided towards your prompt and not towards imagining what you want. There's some great Reddit threads about this stuff that I've looked at myself. I'm going to try to link some of these down below in this section as well. So go check them out, read them up a bit. This is not self-starting, right? You have to kind of understand it. You have to do some research. This is not that simple. It's part of it when using open source stuff. Obviously closed source stuff like Runway, you can just kind of go on the website, pay for it and use it, right? But this is not that. It's just not. Now we get to really the bones of it. The asymmetric tiled K-sampler. This is a sampler like you know from any other ComfyUI workflow. This does the actual steps, the actual sampling. I have set it up already pretty well with what sampler you should use, what scheduler you should use, how many steps kind of, and the CFG. You can change these if you understand them. If you don't want to, you can just leave it as is. Now, asymmetric tiled K-sampler, all that means is it makes little tiles, little blocks, and samples them, and then puts them all together. This is important when you have low VRAM, because if I was just to make the whole image, which is 29 frames, it would be a huge image, it couldn't do it. But by putting it into section, it's able to do it. And asymmetric is simple, it's just not symmetrical. So you cannot see those lines as well, it works pretty well. Again, if you have a lot of VRAM, you can just change it and use the, let me just search it right here, the WAN Video Sampler. Here, WAN Video K-Sampler. You can use this. It is better if you have enough VRAM. Okay. Once the sampling is done, it simply decodes, again, tiled. Again, I don't have VRAM. If you do, you don't have to use the tiled one. Oof. I guess I gotta plug it in soon. Upscale using model, also pretty self-explanatory. There is another one, I haven't really gotten it to work, but it's the from Kijai, upscale using model, but batched. Now, this is going to be important for me again because of low VRAM, so it should just upscale a batch of images and then another batch, another batch, another batch. But it has given me some errors, so for now I'm just using the normal standard one. This is using the model Real Esrigan X4. You can download this straight in the manager. It's the best one I've found. This was pretty simple, and Rife FYI simply adds more frame generations to it at the end. So WAN 2.1 usually works at 16 frames per second, and this just adds a few more in between those, makes it a little smoother. Yeah, that should just about explain the whole workflow. Once again brings us to the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I really hope this helped someone. I've seen a lot of people struggling with the workflows I made on Civil AI, so I try to make these explainers to go through each detail, because you should be able to change stuff about it. I see, I talked about this before, a lot of workflows that are just so condensed, you cannot even use them for your own project, because you don't know what's going on. And I hope with these explainers you can see what you need to change, what you can do differently, and what you can put in, right? I'm gonna host this update now on CivitAI, upload the video. I do this totally for free, and I'm not a professional, I don't get anything out of it, so if you guys could leave me a like on Instagram, CivitAI, follow me on YouTube, follow me here, follow me there, do all the good stuff, it would really, really help me out, especially likes. And I hope to see you next time for, who knows, maybe the next WAN 3.1 model or something like that. Alright.